Okay, all right. Shall we? Okay, so I think before we start off the session, I think some few house rules. I think you have heard me say before already. So make sure that you're muted. Put your names to include your company so that we know where you are from. Then at least we know each other, where each other is from. And also at the same time, if you can, turn on the video so that we are able to interact with each other to have a good time this afternoon. All right. So before we start, let's uphold this time and this session unto the Lord our God, and let's pray together. Almighty Father, our wonderful, wonderful Father, Lord. And Lord, we thank you for this day, this time that we're able to come together, Lord, to learn from each other, Lord, to have experience together, Lord Almighty God. And Lord, we thank you for the calling that we are able to serve one another, to serve the boys and girls, Lord Almighty God, that they are able to be able to be exalted, Lord, higher and higher, Lord Almighty God, that they are able to come to know you, Lord, to experience you, Lord Almighty God. And Lord, we just want to pray for this session, Lord, that your guidance be with this session, Lord, that your word and your spirit be with this session, Lord, that you will be to guide us, to guide the speakers to speak through them to our hearts, Lord Almighty God. And Lord, we thank you for the brother, our brother Melvin and our brother Hoshea and Jonathan for sharing their experiences that they have, although there's in times of uncertainty before, Lord, but they persevere through, Lord. And with that, they are able to share today, Lord. Lord, I just want to uphold this session unto you, Lord. May you be with us. We pray all this in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Amen. All right. So today we are very glad to have two companies to share with us. All right. So the first speaker today is our brother Melvin, or Captain Melvin Xia from 21st Penang. All right. He is also our brigade vice president. All right. So he is very much also rank and file, and he is very passionate in training. He's our training board chairperson as well for our national training board. All right, so I'll leave the more introduction to him later. So the other speaker that we have today is Hoshea, the warrant officer Hoshea from 12 Kuala Lumpur. He is just fresh from rank and file as well, together with Staff Sergeant Jonathan Chin from 12 KL that will be sharing with us today on a very interesting topic. All right, so as you know, as the title that you see, Captain Melvin will be sharing with us about online parades and online enrollment that they have done. To do enrollment online is not easy task, but it's something interesting that I think he will be able to share today with us. And with the esports generations, the warrant officer Hoshea and Jonathan, they'll be sharing with us about the Broadstars Tournament, which is something very interesting as well. All right, so let's first give it up to Captain Melvin to his sharing. I'll pass the mic to Melvin.
Hi, thanks George for the introductions. Okay, first of all, can I just have a quick sound check? Make sure everyone is listening to me clearly. Can I have a show of good sign if you can hear me? All right, thank you. Thank you, officers. Okay, thank you, sirs and madams. Thanks for dialing in. And, first of all, I also want to thank the HQ, as in like to give this opportunity to share, I would say to share experience instead of say know-how or so say skills or even trainings. I would say it's an experience sharing, because why we all learn from experience. And this is how we come across, especially these periods of these MCO. Okay, let me do a little bit of a correction. I think I'm not sharing online parade, but it's online combined parade, right?
Yeah, online combined parade.
Online combined parade, yeah, because I know,
yeah,
I think online parade will be shared by other companies, if not mistaken. Oh, okay, I'll be sharing these online combined parade, okay, which are what we we did before. Let me share the slide first. Okay. Okay, can you see the slide? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, first of all, I would say this is actually a new things to I think majority of us, as in like doing everything online, and we find it also very challenging when we started our online parade instead of combined parade. So actually, we started this online parade in I think first week of April. So we have a very good response from the member. Guess what? I think people are keen to new things and things that they never see before. So we have a very good sign up or down in numbers for in the first month of the parade. But guess what? The number declining and decreasing because why they start to feel, hey, I know what is coming up next. So this trigger why we try to think something new or something benefit to the member. That's why the combined parade come in mind. Let's put it this way, even during the physical parade, we seldom have combined parade. But once a while, we will have this. Example, like maybe some other states or the company, they will come and visit Penang, then they will say, hey, if they can match the timing, then we'll do a combined parade, something like that, right? But in fact, this MCO actually open up our mind and also something that is possible that we can do online. Even now, we can actually have combined parade with East Malaysia's company. Like we have one with, if you see the slide, we actually have two. The first one we have with 18 Penang, which is our own state's companies. Then the second one we have it is 7 Kuching, which is from East Malaysia. So if you're talking about, if it's not MCO, right, is a bit ridiculous or is a bit too costly for us to fly over to East Malaysia just to do the combined parade. But through Zoom or through online, it make it very easy for us, as in like we can come together, even we can know each other online, but from different location or even from far. So that's why this is one of the things that actually inspire us to actually have this type of a parade. And also member and officers are excited, as I can say. As in like they never know that they can actually interact or have some communications or even make new friends with other states members via this method, as in like online method. In fact, there is also one coming up. We also plan to have one actually international, not so-called international, it's quite near to us, which is Medan companies. But actually we cannot match the timing. So, but we are also in the midst of a thing. We want to do one with the BB Indonesia. So with this platform, I think we are able to do that. Of course, in different manners. So actually, what do we do, or what will benefit? First, I will say that the first benefit will be the officials and also the organizing committee. Why? Because every parade, before we have that, we will form our own committee, and then we'll start to have our meeting, and then we start to know each other among the officers first. So these are, you can see the picture, actually, we actually try out all the games, all the activities before the actual combined parade. So these are where the fellowship comes in, and these are where we can actually support each other. And I find it really, really encouraging, as in like we can know more officers, and then we can know each other, how are we doing so far, right? We are not only uphold each other with prayers, but also with this type of fellowship, this type of discussion and meetings, and then we benefit a lot, I would say. First of all, is the organizing committee, not the member also, not only the member, right? Then next, of course, is the member fellowships. The member get to know each other better. Why? When we do combined parade, we actually group them into individual groups, or we break them into the difference of breakout rooms in Zoom, if you are using the Zoom platform. So they actually know each other. It's just like this year, we are not able to meet for MTS. Normally, members they are looking forward to join camp like MTS, BB Pesta, or Founders Day, State Founders Day. Why? Because all these events, they are able to make new friends, or they are able to see more people from different companies, rather than every week we are seeing the same people, right? So these are the teenagers nowadays, right? They always like something fresh, something new. So I think with this side of platform combined parade, they actually also can know each other's, as in like no new friends. So after that, they actually add each other's social medias and also their other way of chatting communications tools. So what can we do during the combined parade is actually very subjective to the resources and also to the creativity of every company. So that's why I say we will only share experience. Probably after this round, we can have more and more ideas, and sometimes we can also see all the ideas from the website or on the social medias. Okay, first thing that I will say, one of the benefit is like when we have discussion and then we cross-section discussions, and then we find out that something really good that other company is practicing, but we are not practicing. For example, when we join parade with 7 Kuching, they actually have these BB prayer things. I wonder how many of you here, you all know about the BB prayer. If you heard of BB prayer before, can you just show your hands? So at least I know. All right, good. So let's be very frank. My companies, we never do this before, BB prayer. So we find that, wow, this is something really good. And then they actually have it every parade, as in like before the parade start, they start with a BB prayer, and everyone will just pray this out together. And then we find it really good. So that's why we use it for the combined parade. So this is the thing that when we say during the discussion, we discover what is good and what is suitable for the combined parade. Then we actually compromise, and then we blend it together, and then we put it as our combined parade. So this is some things that, as I say, when we share the experience, are something that we can actually encounter, and then we can discover as for new thing for our own companies, right? So BB parade is something new to my companies. So actually, we learn something from this combined parade. And of course, we have the very important, which is the game sections. Also, we involve the members, and we divided them into different groups, so they get to know each others. And then they have these activities in their own groups. And of course, we will have the winning groups. And then what we will do normally, we will send gift to them, right? We can courier the gift to them, like for let's put 7 Kuching as an example. So we Penang, we will send the Penang gift from Penang to the winning groups. Okay, we courier to Kuching, and then same 7 Kuching also did this. They send their company's merchandise items to our company members. So these are how we actually have some activities and interactions. And also we did praise and worship together. So praise and worship, we also do it throughout the discussion. We do it simple, different way. And then we realized that most of us actually, we play YouTube songs during the praise and worship. Because why? When we want to do live, right, it's very difficult for everyone to just turn on their voice or turn on their mic, because it will very a lot of interference. So how we did it, this praise and worship, is like we get one worship leader from each company. So only the worship leaders will actually lead the songs and have the mic on. Then the rest will just mute their mic, and then with the actions throughout the whole praise and worship. So these are one of the activities that we can do. And of course, we also have these company introductions. We get one representative from each companies to do some introductions of the companies, so that the member will get to know more about the others companies. Example, like their histories, what is their parade looks like, what are the activities that they have, and all this. So we do it throughout this whole combined parade. So this is what we did for the online parade. It's a very short and a very simple one, but I would say it's a very exciting to member, as in like they are keen to know more from other companies when we have this type of combined parade. So normally our attendance will be better when we have this type of activities and we do combined parade. All right. So these are the experience and the benefit after we have the combined parade. So next I will be sharing is this online enrollment. All right. Sorry, I have to keep it very short and simple. so that we leave more time for the Q&A. And of course, we're not going through the technical how to do that. Of course, within an hour, I think we are not able to cover the technical things. But I believe every company, they have their own technical teams to do that. But of course, if you want to share more about technical, we can take it offline anytime. All right. Okay, next will be the online enrollment. So these are the most, I would say, we officers struggle a lot, as in like whether to have online enrollment, whether to have Enrollment Sunday or not to have Enrollment Sunday. So when we want to have Enrollment Sunday, we cannot meet physically because of the MCO restrictions. So after long struggling, so after that, we say we take up the challenge to do the online enrollment. Of course, we cannot do exactly how we do it for the past, but at least we do some adjustment and this some sharing that how we did it lah. So basically, these are the team for this year. We put it apart, but we are connected. But how are we connected? We're connected by the devices lah. So you can see there's a 2-phone handshake here. So we also do a live stream during our Enrollment Sunday. Why? It's just because the Zoom account that we subscribe is only have limited of 100 specs. All right. So we don't see that's necessary to upgrade our account to 300 or 500. So how we do it is like we get all the members to actually dial in the Zoom, and then the rest, the families, members, friends, and also our church members will send the Facebook link to them so that they can actually watch it live from the Facebook. So that this is how we actually cater everyone to join this Enrollment Sunday virtually. So what we have during our online enrollment, we basically have, we actually take out the GOH, but we only do the color party marching. So as you can see, we get our officers and members to come in to church. In fact, we only have 15 of us in the church premise to run through all these necessary activities. One of it is the color party marching. And of course, we also do the praise and worship. We do it live, of course, but this round we can do it with the church PA system, with the audio into the Zoom, so that we will have a good audio's output when people watch from live and also watch from Zoom. And of course, we also have our chaplain to be around to give the sermon during the enrollment as well. So basically, we have everything what we normally do during Enrollment Sunday. And also we'll have officer appointment and NCO promotion in such a way. So we'll get them to actually prepare in their own, wherever they are, in home or in school or in everywhere. So when their name are called, we will just only show their videos together with the chaplains. So they will salute the chaplains, and then that's it. Of course, we are not giving out the cheflons, or if sergeants, if the red slash, we are not giving out that to their house. We are not sending the physical cheflons to their house, but instead we actually give it to the platoons or officers so that they can collect it during their platoons activities in schools. All right. So we only officially promote and appoint during the enrollment, the online enrollment Sundays. So these are how we do it lah. All right. And of course, one thing is very important why we insist we want to do this Enrollment Sunday even in this such difficult period, as in like we all think that the pledge and the dedication is important for the officers and for the NCOs and also the church members. So normally our Enrollment Sunday, we will do it in fact, we actually insist to do it during our church service. We don't want to do it in, of course, it's very much depending to every particular sponsor authority and your church. But like our church, I keep it, I would say that I insist to tell our church leaders and also elders that we need to do this during church service. It's because of this, the pledge and the dedication from the officers and members to the church, as well as the church to the PB ministries. So that's why this is how we do it. We also get a chaplain to lead all this, but of course we know that we are not able to get everyone to say I do, you know. So we get everyone to prepare a piece of paper. So after chaplain finish all the statements, then we will just show the paper, as in like we commit what chaplain declare, right? So this is how we do our pledge and dedications. And also we have some performance, because performance is also one of the so-called a must or a common activities during our Enrollment Sunday, but we cannot do it on the spot. So we get all the members to actually record their own performance and submit it to the officials. Then we will just play it during the online enrollment. So these are all the performance done by the members. Then we'll just play it during performance time. So yeah, these are the teams for the Enrollment Sunday. We have total of 15 members gathered at church and doing the preparation and the backstage controls. All right. So yeah, I think that's all. This is what I'm going to share, and I hope I do it on time. I will pass the time to Josh.
Thank you, Melvin. Well, very on time. But so we'll keep the Q&A later. All right. So you can type in the Q&A in the chat group first, just to keep a record so that you don't remember, you don't forget later. So we'll keep the Q&A until the end of the session. Then we'll ask together, all right? So that we can have a good, enjoyable time, interactive time as well. All right. So now, thank you once again, Melvin, for the wonderful sharing. Now to 12th KL, Warrant Officer Hoshea and Staff Sergeant Jonathan. All right, to you.
Yeah, hello. Hi everyone. Today I'll be sharing about our 12th KL Esports Tournament. So first I'll be talking about like, how the idea came by. So basically this idea, like last year when we were at NCO retreat, we had a brainstorming session where the NCOs were allowed to have a lot of ideas and write them on a sticky note and paste it on the mahjong paper. Then we went through all of the ideas after that. So one of the ideas that came out was Esports Day. So after narrowing down the events, this was one of the things we wanted to put into our 2020 calendar. So as to what inspired this is like mainly like we feel like esports is getting bigger like gradually throughout the years. So at the start of the year, when even like from last year when we were trying to plan for the event, like a lot of the issues that came out was like how should we get the equipment, how do we organize it in school, in our home ground, which is Wesley Methodist School KL. Like how do we get the equipment, how do we solve internet issues, all sorts of things. But basically when the NCO came by, I think it was a few weeks in, like after we settled our online parade stuff, we had it going smoothly, so we started thinking about what else we can do. So this was something that popped into our mind now, because basically when we realized that a lot of the concerns that we had before the MCO, we can ignore those concerns. Yeah, basically that's how we started it this year. So next, so I'll be just breezing through like our structure. So basically, we just in terms of structure, after we get the members registration, we just there were like 20 teams that signed up. So we basically grouped them into 4 groups of 5. Then they played double round robin. Then after that, we had knockouts. We had the knockout stages, which was just a very simple loser bracket format. Which next slide. Yeah, this is like a very simple like loser bracket style of format. If the slides will be available later, so if you're interested, you can take a look at the bracket. Next. Yeah, so now I'm gonna share about some of the challenges that we met in organizing the first time. So one the first challenge we faced was scheduling. So initially, like our first plan was that we set like a certain time during the weekend for the game. So like around, like I think our original plan was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 8:30 onwards, something like that. Then we asked the members to we set like which teams will play at each time. So we asked them to give time feedback before trying to switch them around. But after doing it for like 1 or 2 days, we realized that it's actually super hard. It's very troublesome. We can't actually manage to do it properly. So our solution was that we assign 1 or 2 referees to each group. Then they created their own group chat. So the players in the group will discuss among themselves if they have any changes in schedule. So this actually helped us a lot. Like they can discuss on their own, and we don't really need to worry about the schedule anymore. So the second challenge we face is like cooperation from members. So there were members who there were some members who did not really cooperate in terms of turning up on time, and some refusing to play after losing. So a lot of this we had to like deal on a case-to-case basis, because we at the same time is quite hard, and also like there's also like some competitive integrity issues, like whether to put it as a forfeit for the forfeit or give the other team, the opponent, a free win, stuff like that. But thankfully, most of these issues are just mostly quite rare, and it's also mostly seen in our like first stage of the tournament, which is and we didn't really encounter any of these later on. So some of the key highlights that we have is, so through this event, like one of the things that we really people think of it as like esports only, but one of the things that we took advantage of the time of MCO where everyone is at home is that since people have more time generally, so we actually look into a lot of other production stuff. So I feel like one of the biggest advantages for Chokkel is that we through this esports tournament, a lot of our members actually suddenly pick up like video editing stuff, video editing, animation, Photoshop, all those kind of things from scratch. They managed to pick it up, and actually I can see like this will help our company in the future also, like because we a lot of members actually put the time in to learn, because previously before this is mainly like 1 or 2 members. Last time it was like one staff sergeant, now warrant officer, who was mainly editing all of our videos. So now we actually have like a team now through this event, and also like a lot of members managed to pick it up, and I think it's something great for them to learn. So some of the production, like all of the production that we did, especially our group draw show, our podcast, and also our finals can also be found on our YouTube channel. So for future improvements that we can make for this event, so for production, as mentioned right just now, a lot of our members have to pick this up from scratch. So while we wanted to do a lot more, like we dream of a lot more, we also had to know our limits. We don't want to pressure anyone too much. So for next time, we will aim higher. Also, this can be applied to not only esports tournament, like any of our promotional materials or anything this can be applied to it. Also, another thing is our scheduling. So as mentioned just now, also our first time scheduling this was really messy, as we had to go through a lot of trial and error. So this is something we definitely want to make more structured from the start, from the beginning next time. So how can other companies, so basically what I feel like if other companies want to follow the same way is basically it's looking for inspiration. So one of our biggest help is like looking at existing esports tournament. So one of the things we mainly look at is League of Legends tournament, which is considered the largest esports in the world. And also one of the thing I would like to say also is that this can be quite sensitive in the sense that parents might think that we are encouraging a lot of gaming and this kind of stuff, but that's why in in the beginning, like before when we made all the announcement, we actually released a notice that we actually don't encourage like addiction to video games or constant gaming. We just say like we release an official notice that this is like something for bonding, and also like for something an activity during the MCO that will only be limited to our time itself. So if we did say like if there are any reports of parents saying their kids using this event as an excuse for non-stop gaming or stuff, then we will disqualify them. So that was something we kept in mind and before, because we can foresee some challenges happening with parents. Yeah. Yeah. So now we should show some videos for about our.
Yeah, so thank you, Hoshea. So basically this video is basically a short recap of our Broadstars tournament. Basically what we did and what's the whole timeline of the Broadstars tournament. So I think I can play the video. So if you cannot hear, please let me know. In the beginning of December 2019,
the world was struck by a terrible pandemic, affecting most of the countries and their citizens. Just like the rest of the world, the 12th Kuala Lumpur Boys Brigade Malaysia's weekly parade was also affected. This, however, gave 12 KL a golden opportunity, and on the 1st of April 2020, 12 KL organized their very first esports tournament, the Broadstars Tournament. 20 teams from members of the 12th Kuala Lumpur joined, with each in hopes to climb among the ranks and achieve the total victory.
members were required to play in teams of 3, facing off against each other in a series of matches.
On the 11th April, the group draw show was held. Two of our organizers, Jonathan Chin and Marcus Chin, were responsible for drawing lots, placing them in different groups in order to face off against each other.
Welcome everyone to the group draw show of our first ever esports tournament South KL of 2020. As this is a very special event, we would first like to invite Staff Sergeant Jonathan Chin to help us with the group draw. Welcome. Hi everyone. Alright, team going to Group A will be Team Volley Ace,
with each group assigned.
Sorry, I think I have internet issues. Hold on. Okay.
With each group assigned, teams faced off each other mercilessly, each with their eyes peeled at the top, eventually condensing down to the final top 2 teams. Throughout the battle, podcasts was also organized to predict, analyze, and explain each of the teams' playstyle and battles.
Alright, moving on to the Broadstars Tournament.
Right. I think it was basically business as usual for Broggy Ace as they ended up 8-0 rampage to the group.
We hope to see you guys on the next episode.
At the beginning of June, the finals of the Broadstars Tournament was played and broadcasted live on 12KL's Facebook page. Let the 2020 12KL Broadstars Grand Finals begin. Best of luck. Throughout the tournament, tons of editing, filming, and designing were also required to host our very first tournament. This was only the beginning of the many ideas that 12KL has thought up during this pandemic. What's yours?
Okay, so basically, this is basically a short recap on what happened to our Broadstars tournament. So all the things you've seen inside, like all the group draw show, all the finals, like it was all recorded and it was actually live on our Facebook page. So if you want to look at the video again, you can go check our Facebook. Facebook page, or you can check our YouTube channel, which is this 12 Kuala Lumpur Boys Brigade, and take a look on how we did our own production. And I'll be sharing also another video. This video is not really related to what we did, but it's actually another inspiration that it's actually an inspiration for us, like what actually why did we chose to use to do the esports tournament. So yeah, hopefully this can inspire all of the officers here. And yeah.
It's always
I think can't hear. Can hear.
Can
Is my
can you hear?
Yes, for at least a year. So I am sad, but in the end I'm grateful for what I did. So
I'll never be able to have something like this again, but the fact that we're not able to play tomorrow is just hurting me so much.
Unfortunately, on my
Can't hear.
Wait, let me try to share my screen.
Sorry for the issues.
Amazing fans here in Paris. Is there anything you would like to say to the fans here in Paris, chanting your name, and those at home that supported you?
You let it go from very long. It's always sucks.
Tomorrow it may be my last game. It's just for at least a year. So I am sad, but in the end I'm grateful for what I did. So
I'll never be able to have something like this again, but the fact that we're not able to play tomorrow is just hurting me so much.
Unfortunately, on my side of the end, I wasn't able to perform when it was better.
Jesus, I didn't think I was getting emotional.
Oh, that's all right. Liquid, first off, you wanted to start by saying something about G2 specifically?
Yeah, sure, guys. G2 did a really good job. Yes, they failed. Yes, they can do better. But when they had nothing, there literally no reason to play. They have shown their competitive spirit, and they fought until the very end.
A world record! G2 Esports 3-0 will win MSI 2019!
You did it!
I made this far for so long, and it's just one thing.
我们等了40天，终于这就可以终于喊出来了。我们是火箭！ The shine will not. Cloud9 will make it to the semifinals. The first time in 7 years.
When everyone hates you, everyone thinks that you don't deserve to represent the region. And you find the strength inside of you to fight.
All these ratings are hitting the point like something. Oh my God, they did it!
Yeah, so basically this video was actually inspiration to show that for some people gaming might seem like it's just just like something that you like fill up your time with, but for some other people that professionally people actually play to win. So yeah, I hope that this will inspire the officers here to know that esports actually is not a game, like it's just not just a game where people will just pass time, but actually will like recognize it as a professional sport where people will gather together to bond and to play and to compete. And yeah, so this is our 12KL's Broadstars tournament sharing session, and I hope everyone here enjoyed it. So thank you. Now pass the time back to Mr. George.
All right, thank you, Hoshea and Jonathan. Wow, that's very interesting, right? Yeah, I think something is a bit distance from us. I mean, as at my age lah, but something that is we are very interested to bring to the members as well. Some ideas that we can spar in our minds. All right, so now I'll open the time for Q&A. I'm sure that we all have questions to ask. And so just fire away. Just turn on your video and turn your mic and just ask. Then I think our three speakers is more than happy to share more with you guys, right? Now, fire away the questions.
Hi, good afternoon, all officers and madams. I just want to highlight this esports. Yeah, for the past year, in our company, we also did think of having this esports as well. So I just want to ask about the length of preparation for this whole esports. How long do you take to prepare? That's a question for Hoshea.
Okay, is that this question? Okay, so in terms of preparation, right? I don't think actually in terms of format also, because like some of us also like have been following this kind of stuff for quite some time, so we didn't really take a super long to prepare. I mean, it was our first try, so it definitely we definitely have to trial and error many things. We have to discuss to make sure what we are doing is correct, because it's in our company context and it's never been done before. It's never really been done before, so we have to go through some discussion. But after we finished discussing the plans, the plans were really quite quick, except for the scheduling, which I mentioned in the presentation just now, where we had some bumps. But basically, yeah, in terms of the planning of the tournament itself, it wasn't really that hard. It was mainly the production side where we tried to, because anyways it was MCO, so a lot of members were also really interested in learning. So that was where we put a lot of our time into it. We really put a lot of time. So that took a lot more. But in terms of the tournament itself, our preparation, we just had maybe some calls once or twice a week where we discuss some stuff. We just implemented them. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I would just like a little bit of sharing here, because in our company we used to take this game 王者荣耀. If some of members you all do play 王者荣耀, and one more is 传说对决, which is AOV. I used to think of these two games in terms of this esports. So used to have this idea of doing it live, which means we have TV and you know, have audience, you know, from different companies in our state. So it is a very big project. So what I see from your side, it's actually kind of like stringing down to a smaller platform. Is that right?
What do you mean those smaller platform? Like
which means it's most probably it's different from usually, you know, we watch live esports.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, like you're talking about like in actual venue and stuff. That was actually what we were intending to do in original plan in our home ground, but due to MCO and everything, that also have a lot more challenges like internet. Have to consider internet equipment and stuff. Like we have some like preliminary plans for that. But when the MCO began, like we just thought that we were doing online. But like in the future, like we will definitely look towards that. Maybe in the future. But now for now, like we are focusing on like online, doing it online also from the production side. I feel like in the future when MCO leave, like everything can come together, then we will be able to do something a lot better. Yeah.
Okay, allow me to have my last question. How many people is involved in doing this project right now? May I know the yeah.
Okay, people, in terms of people, so we have around like so we have like just now we mentioned we have like this group stage kind of thing. So we have referees. So we have 5 groups. So we actually have like 10 referees in case like one can't make it. So we have 10 people, but that one is only like during the game. They just have to spectate and stuff for integrity purposes. So and then like production from the production side, I think we have like 5 or 6 members currently involved. 5 or 6 members currently involved. Then like in terms of planning, like actually the planning committee kind of overlap also because like some of them are like passionate. So like when they plan, then they think about like they want to do this in terms of video content. So they come up. So it's around like I think that's total like 10 referees and like kind of like 6 people in production team. Then everyone like do the planning together. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a lot of people. Okay, thank you.
Any more questions? I think Godfrey, you want to ask about just now the enrollment service performance slides on Melvin's.
Sorry, what slide? The performance slide.
Yes. The enrollment service performances.
Yeah, if I could request to just revisit, have a look at your visual.
You mean the slide that I just showed just now, is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. This, right?
In total, how long was the performance on your online enrollment? Yeah, how was the duration of the performances and how many items?
Okay, actually we don't specifically like give a slot, like example 15 minutes or 20 minutes for the performance. We actually slot in between, like different type of activities. Like example, in the beginning, start of the enrollment Sundays, then we will slot in one performance video first, and then followed by praise and worship, and then we'll slot in another one. So it's not like we just play accordingly during the performance timing, but we will slot in between all the activities. So if you're talking about all the videos, I think we have total
yeah,
5 to 6 videos around that.
So 5 to 6 different performances, which will slot in at different parts of the enrollment service.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So any more questions? All right. If no, I think we'll wrap up for today. Once again, thank you guys very much. But before we go, there's a few things compulsory that we need to do. Okay, one of it is to take photo, like what Mr. Jerry is doing now, for the OTP points. Okay, so for you guys, if you guys have not, I'm not sure, there's actually OTP points that you can claim for, and for this session. So just you need to screenshot, or you get a screenshot from me, right? So let's turn our video on so that we are able to screenshot and get a good look at our faces. All right. Okay. Are we ready? Ready? Give a big thumbs up or smile, the biggest smile that you can. All right. Okay, wait. Okay, all right, cool. It's much easier now. Okay, with a smaller group. Okay, give me a minute. Now, the second last thing that we need to do is that there is a poll for you guys. So there should be a screen popping up for you to put in your feedbacks in that, all right? You should see the screen now. Okay, last 2% to vote. Okay. Last 2% thing. Okay. Nonetheless, one last thing. So once again, thank you guys very much. We'll close in Vesper as part of the brigade in this family. And it's an evening prayer that we do together. Right? You shall hear the sound. Okay. Ready? Sound off.
Great God who knoweth all our need, bless thou our watch and guard our sleep. Forgive our sins of thought and deed, and in thy peace thy servants keep. We thank thee for the day that's done. We trust thee for the days to be. Thy love we learn in Christ thy Son. Oh, may we all his glory see.
Okay. All right. So thank you guys very much. Our session is until today. See you guys in the next couple of weeks. We have more OTPs coming around. All right. See you guys. Cheers.